The words of Yudhe-Wape Beth-Nun Sofit Yudhe-Wape Yahweh Ben Yahweh are words of judgment. He that rejects me and receiveth not my words has one that judges him. The word that I have spoken, the same will judge him in the last day. And the judgment will be so painfully clear to some, joyful to others. Because you that receive my words with power will experience all of the wonderful, positive, ecstatic, blissful, heavenly promises that I have laid before you, while the others who will continue in the hell of this world. Yes, true believers are kept in joyfulness. The words of Yudhe-Wape Beth-Nun Sofit Yudhe-Wape Yahweh Ben Yahweh are divine. Every word that I speak to you is divine. He that loveth me not keepeth not my saying. And the word which you hear is not mine, but the Father which sent me. When you receive my words, you'll receive the words of my Father which sent me. Although you will experience many hindrances, many hindrances in this world, yet true believers are kept in joyfulness. The spiritually blind believer seeks to use the equipment of the God of this world, much like Saul offered David in his fight against Goliath. And so many of you who come to me to receive my words, before you receive my words with power, then your only thought is to go to work for other nations. You seek a job with other nations, never ever thinking about the reality that you are family, that I teach family, that I have taught family all of these years. Acts 2:44 through 47, Acts chapter 4, around verse 34, 35, 36. I have taught you for all of these years that we are family. And the power of being righteous is to own businesses. Some of you learned in your seminars today that if you're not an owner of business, you're not righteous. It's not right. You can't be right as a slave to another people, and you have a God of all power with you. The God of all power fighting for you. The spiritually blind believer seeks to use the equipment of the God of this world, the degrees of this world. You feel like you have to have his degrees to make it. When are you ever going to stand up in faith in Yahweh and put these words of power to work in your life? You, like David, will win your battle against Goliath of this world. Discouraged believers oppose the building of the kingdom of Yudhe-Wape, true holiness and righteousness. They don't necessarily say, I think that I will oppose the building of the kingdom of Yahweh. I think I'll go against it. No, in your ignorance, in your spiritually blind condition. As one who is laying horizontal on the dead level, You oppose the building of the kingdom of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, true holiness and righteousness, because you have failed to receive the power that I am offering you to become the sons of God Yahweh. You're like the lame man that lays at the temple gate, the temple beautiful, refusing to walk in and receive the beauty of the teachings inside that makes one wealthy outside. From 1979, I have been prepared to do mighty works. But unbelief hindered my work. Though I worked great miracles, yet unbelief hindered my work. Worldly possessions keep back the rich and well-to-do from discipleship. Are you willing to let worldly possessions keep you back from discipleship? Are you willing to let the riches of this world prevent you from discipleship? Discipleship is to use the words of power that I have outlined to you. Not only tonight, but for all the years that I've been teaching you. That's the law. The laws of Yahweh give you that power. You've had that power from the first day I taught you and the first day you read these words. Thou shalt have no other God before me. That means you look to your God for employment. Does that mean you go sit out in the middle of a field and look skyward and wait on a job to drop down out of the sky? That's insanity. You go and somehow take possession of the field. If you can't buy it, lease it, rent it, plant it organically. You'll be able to afford it even if the crop doesn't come in but halfway. You'll be able to afford it and make wealth because you won't be using all the deadly chemicals that cost a fortune and destroy the earth and the health of the fruit of the earth. No, thou should have no other gods before me. Imaginary hindrances loom up before some of the citizens of the nation of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. They're strictly imaginary hindrances. Some hindrances are conjured up by you. They're not real. Family ties often prevent many from following Yahweh ben Yahweh. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as pilgrims and even as citizens of the nation of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, true holiness and righteousness, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. Let your conversations be honest among the Gentiles, that whereas they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they shall behold, glorify Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bethlehem, Sophia, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh ben Yahweh. True believers are kept in joyfulness when they exercise the necessary power to subjugate their passions by disciplinary austerities. It is like gaining power over death. This is spiritual warfare against evil passions. Passion itself is not evil, but there certainly are evil passions. the desire to defraud your brother or sister, like the desire of covetousness of something of your neighbor's, like the passion to want to take that which does not belong to you. It's an evil passion. True believers shall forsake sin and stop breaking the laws of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh. You shall glorify Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh, through your good works and be kept in joyfulness. True believers are kept in joyfulness. It is promised to you. The kingdom of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh, is righteousness. The kingdom of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh is peace. The kingdom of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh is joy in the Holy Ghost, the Holy Word. The kingdom of Yahweh is the Word. The kingdom of Yahweh is joy in Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bet Nun Sophit, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. Make portions of your joy available for whom nothing is prepared. For this day is holy unto the Lord, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bet Nun Sophit, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh. Neither be ye sorry, for the joy of the Lord, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bet Nun Sophit, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, is your strength. I will show you the path of life. In my presence is fullness of joy. At my right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Do I ever get angry? Yes. I am angry with the wicked every day. But my anger endureth but a moment. In my favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. You that sow in tears shall reap in joy. I will also clothe your priests, your leaders, the Godheads of the nation of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh with salvation. And your saints, you, the true believers, shall shout aloud before the world with joy. Therefore, with joy shall you draw water out of the wells of salvation. And you, the ransomed of Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Bet Nun Sophit, Yud-Heh-Wav-Heh, Yahweh ben Yahweh, you shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon your head. You shall obtain joy. You shall obtain gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away from you. True believers shall be kept in joyfulness. Hitherto have you asked nothing in my name. Before you knew me, you asked nothing in my name. Some of you have never understood to ask in my name. Ask in my name, and you shall receive. Ask in my name, that your joy may be full. My name is the sweetest name you will ever know. Joy is restored at divine favor. Man is unable to give you this joy. You've been through grade school, middle school, high school. No divine favor, no joy restored. You went to college, bachelor's degree, master's degree, doctor's degree, degrees at law. No divine favor, your joy is not restored. You get postdoctorates, post-education. You have all that this world has to offer you, yet you're without divine favor, without mercy, and your joy is not restored. You may work with the most powerful politician. You may become a very powerful politician, but yet you are without divine favor, and your joy is not restored. You may become one of the rich ones, a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, and yet with all of your money, with the most beautiful job that you could ever dream to have, you're without divine favor, and your joy is not restored. Though you may ride on yachts with the wealthy, the rich, the well-to-do, the aristocrats, though you are in the company of the highest of society of this world, yet you are without divine favor, and your joy is not restored. I am come to you, and I have turned for you your mourning into dancing. I have put off your sackcloth and girded you with gladness. True believers are kept in joyfulness because it is promised to you. When you receive my words with power, I am come to comfort all that mourn. I am come to appoint unto you that mourn Zion. I am come to give unto you beauty for ashes. I am come to give you the oil of joy for mourning. I am come to give you the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that you might be called trees of righteousness. I am come that you might be called the planting of Yudhewape, Bethlehem, Sophie, Yudhewape, Yahweh ben Yahweh, that I might be glorified. Joy shall be restored at the deliverance of our nation, the nation of Yudhewape, true holiness and righteousness. Behold, I shall end your captivity, and I shall have mercy on your dwelling places. And New Jerusalem shall be builded upon the foundation of the name Yudhewape. And out of you shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of you that make merry. And I will multiply you like the sands of the seashore. I will multiply you like the stars of the galaxies, and you shall not be few. I will also glorify you, and you shall not be small. Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together. For I will turn your mourning into joy, and I will comfort you, and I will make you rejoice from your sorrow. when you receive my words with power, you will understand that joy is restored at the opening of the door of hope. Understand well, I am spiritually attracted to you. That's why I am come to you, though you did not send for me or call my name. You had no knowledge of my name. I come for the sake of my name, restoring my name to you. And yet joy is going to be restored to you at the opening of the door of hope. I am now opening the door of hope. All you have to do is receive my words with power. I'm spiritually attracted to you. I am making divine pleading for you. I shall rapture you. I shall delight you. I shall stimulate you. I shall rouse you. Who dare to rouse you up? The lions of the tribe of Judah? Me. I shall magnetize you. Joy is also restored at the vision of the risen Savior. I am risen. Although you may weep and lament during my incarceration, yet in a little while the world shall rejoice, and you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. This lets you know not to worry about the dark days wherein men of evil spirits rule. The end shall come quickly. So be it. And true believers will be kept in joyfulness. It's been a pleasure sharing with you tonight. It's been my joy. I love you eternally. I pray that you're able to receive my words with power and become the sons and daughters of mine that you are entitled to do by your heritage and your inheritance. Shalom Aleichem.